In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways on how to say no when someone asks you to make them something, so that you never get stumped for an answer, or worse, end up making something for someone when you don't have the time, and especially when you don't want to. Let's go. Hey, my name is Cynthia, and I had a question come in recently. And Trisha asked, how do you say no when someone asks you to make them something? That's a great question, and I'm excited to dive in and share with you ways on how I handle this situation. Many times when family and friends learn that you crochet, they come up to you and ask you to make them something. Now, this is all good if you have the time and if you're happy to do it. But what about if you don't have the time or if you don't want to? Now, we all know that the best way is to actually just say no. After all, no is a complete sentence. However, there are people who have trouble saying the word. So what I'm going to share with you are ways to say no without actually having to utter the word no. The first tip is to tell them that crocheting is just a hobby for you. Being a hobby, it's something that you enjoy during your free time, and it helps you to relax and relieve your stress. And so doing it as something more than that is something that you're not interested in. Tell them that you only do it when you have some free time, and it's really more of an activity that helps you unwind. When I first started crocheting, a few friends sent me messages asking me to make them all sorts of stuff, from crocheted toys to sweaters for their dogs. At that time, I had just started crocheting, and I was just really having fun making small and easy projects for my family. Even though I knew that they were willing to pay for it, I just didn't want to crochet for other people at that time. I couldn't find any joy in crocheting for other people. If crocheting is really just a hobby for you, don't feel pressured into accepting requests from your family and friends. Because if you do so, you might just end up feeling stressed out. Tip number 2 is to tell them that you're not accepting any commissions right now. Explain to them that although you accept commissions from time to time, you already have a lot of orders lined up and you can't possibly take on any more. You could say that your whole year or even the next one is already fully booked, and so you don't want to make promises that you can't keep. So be careful about giving a timeline of when you can be free. It's better to be firm and just tell them that you're not able to make it. Tip number 3 is to tell them that you can't take on a project of that size. People have come up to me in the past asking me to make them a poncho, a cardigan, or a blanket. And straight away I tell them that it's a big project and I just don't have the time to do it. Big projects take a long time to make, and if you can't commit to projects that will take a lot of your personal time, it's better to just refuse right away. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you'll have some free time later on and you'll end up saying yes now, and then you'll never get around to doing it. You'll only feel pressured and stressed about getting it done, and that is really not what crocheting is about. Remember that crocheting is fun and it's something that you do to help you feel relaxed and not stressed. And as promised, here is a bonus question. How do you backtrack in case you've already agreed and then find out that you can't do it after all? Let me share you my story. A guy once contacted me through my Facebook page asking me to make him a bandana scarf. And at first, I agreed to make it for him because I thought that I would have some time later on. Soon I realized that I didn't really have the time. And so I sent him a message telling him that I've overextended myself and that I'm sorry I couldn't make his scarf after all. The thing you can say is that you might have overextended yourself and that you're sorry because you won't be able to make it after all. So if you find yourself having to backtrack, the best way is to be honest. It's quite easy to backtrack by just being honest. Just tell them that you're busy and you won't have the time to finish the project. So those are the things that you can say when someone asks you to make them something. Before we end this video, I'd like to mention that crocheting for family and friends is certainly a privilege. After all, not all people can crochet, and being able to make things especially for the people we care about is quite fulfilling. However, handmade products often require a lot of personal time And let's admit it, a lot of love. A crocheter can feel overwhelmed when there's too many people asking them to make them this or to make them that. And if you accept too many requests from other people, you might have a crochet burnout, and there is even a chance that you lose interest in crocheting. So as crocheters, it's very important that we choose the projects we make. And if you are like me who treats crocheting as a wonderful pastime, carefully selecting what projects to take on is top priority. Finally, don't feel obligated to make anything for anyone if you don't want to. Crocheting is such a pleasant activity, a relaxing hobby, and even a lucrative side hustle at times. Part of the joy of crocheting is getting to choose the projects you make and who to give it to. So whenever you get requests from people to make them something, I hope that you remember the tips I shared in this video. And if I missed something or if you have a way of handling this situation better, please share it to us by typing it in the comment section below. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I might be making more of these question and answer videos, so if you have a question about crochet that you'd like to ask, please leave it in the comment section below and I'll be happy to read it and try to answer it in the next videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.